Welcome to the Kingdom Culture Podcast that was created on purpose with a purpose to empower, uplift, and guide others to the center of God's perfect will. Kingdom Culture family, welcome back to the Kingdom Culture Podcast. I hope everybody's been having an amazing week. Okay, so this week I want to talk about something that nobody fully prepares you for, and that is dating again. Because everybody hypes up the getting back out there, getting out of your comfort zone, All of your friends are probably like, yes, girl, go have fun and you deserve it. Live your life, get to know somebody new, right? And, they kind of convince you and you're like, yeah, sure, I'm ready. Let's do this, right? Let me try. But then you go on the first date and you're sitting across from this perfectly nice person, right? And your brain is doing the absolute most, okay? You start thinking about all the things. You start thinking about, your ex. You start comparing. You start overanalyzing. You're wondering if something you said was weird. You're thinking about how your ex would have, responded to a joke or something. And you're also wondering if a person likes you, right? You're wondering if you even like them or if it's just if you just like the attention, right? And at the end of the day, you're like, what the heck was that? Right? Like, my goodness, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Girl, same. Boy, same. We have all been there, right? Because here's the truth that nobody says out loud. The first time you go date again, it's not going to be cute. And it's completely okay. Because you've been out of the dating game for a while. You haven't done it in a while. And your heart has been through something real. You have put yourself out there fully, loved somebody, and so jumping back into the dating world is not going to be easy. It's not like riding a bike. So you're learning who you are again. You're learning, what it means to be yourself with somebody new. You're learning to, you're learning your likes, your dislikes, your boundaries, all of those things. So it is a lot. And I wanted to make sure that you guys heard that because it's not as easy as somebody makes it seem. I went on a first date and I was really, really scary. I kept saying, should I go? Should I not go? I almost canceled the day of, but I didn't want to be rude and not go, right? But that's the goal, right? You're trying to figure out who you are in this new chapter. What you want to accept, what actually feels good versus what just feels familiar. And I think it's an opportunity, right, to unlearn everything from your last relationship too. Like, we learn a lot through pain, but we also need to unlearn the bad things that we allowed to happen, right? So, here are 4 things I want you to know before you get back out there, all right? Number 1, comparison is going to show up. And you have to shut it down fast, okay? You are going to compare new people to your ex. Sometimes the new person will seem better. Sometimes you will miss what you had. And both of those feelings can be true. And confuse you, right? But here's the thing. You are not looking for a replacement. You are looking for something new. So every time your brain starts comparing, just stop and ask yourself, am I comparing to my past or am I just scared? Because most of the time, fear, it dresses up as preference. And so, like I said, you want something new, which is why you have to unlearn what you know about your past relationships. At least that's what I'm doing, because I'm like, okay, what are the patterns of the people that I dated before and didn't work? What is it that I want in my future partner so that it actually, is this peaceful, calm, and we're both on the same page type of situation, right? So, comparison's going to show up. That's totally okay. Kill it, right? Number 2 is to know the difference between ready and hungry. Okay, what I mean by hungry is if you just want attention or you actually want to get out there, right? Because the difference between dating from a healed place and from a hungry one, looks like you're needing someone to text back quickly so you feel okay, attaching fast to a person that you barely met because of the attention, or because it feels good, right? You're ignoring the red flags because you don't want to be alone again. Those are all of the wrong ways to attach yourself to someone, because you're doing it out of pain still. You're doing it out of fear of being alone, right? Being healed looks like you enjoy the person, right? You do not need the person. They do not complete you, they add on to your life, okay? And I think that was the biggest lesson that I learned because I was like a fixer. I'm still working through that, but I'm like, oh yeah, I can fix this person, and we're gonna have the best life in the, ever. And I ignored red flags. I ignored things because I'm like, I like this person. I think they're handsome. I think, you know, we could really be something. And I dismissed everything that I wanted. I dismissed all of the things that made me sad. I dismissed um, myself because I wanted to make it work. And so this time around, I told myself, I'm like, nope. Like, do I actually enjoy this person? The presence of this person without being romantically involved? Can we be friends? Do we have things in common? And so, getting back out there in a healed, mindset, that's what that means. You put up your list of boundaries, priorities, and non-negotiables, and you say, is this person, aligning with my values and who I am now, and what do I bring to them, right? And so it's a mutual understanding of both sides, but understanding that you don't have to lose yourself once you get back out there, right? Number 3, right? Expect to have triggers, okay? Because sometimes someone says or does something that will remind you about the other person. This happened to me too. And, you know, you kind of like have to be okay with continuing on because you get back into your head about your old relationship and it kind of freaks you out. I know it happened with me. Like, this person responded to something that I said, like my ex would, and I felt sad. I felt overwhelmed. And so I went home and I was like, you know what? I'm okay. We're good. You're good. Like, I just need some time right now. But expect that because you will still be comparing. That's where number 1 and number 3 go together. You're comparing, and things like that. But the triggers are not, a sign that you should not be dating or be with this person, right? There's signs that you need more healing in those areas. Pay attention to them because they are information. And that's what I told myself. I'm like, oh, I still have to heal from that. Let me remove myself and go work on myself because I'm not going to go dump on another person from something that they don't even have to be a part of. Like, you know what I mean? Like, be sure to listen to your triggers because they're not the responsibility of somebody else. They're yours. So expect them, breathe, stay calm, address them, and then get back out there if you're ready. I told myself that I'm not after going through this, but it's up to you. That's what your triggers show you as well. It's information. You're getting to know you, right? And number 4. Number 4 is very important, you guys. Keep your standards and your peace a non-negotiable. Let me say that again. Keep your standards and your peace as a non-negotiable. Because after a breakup, it's tempting to lower the bar just so you feel chosen and seen again. And you want, the attention, you want the love, you want the little cutesy moments that you can have with a person, but don't do it, right? It's not worth it. You have spent months, maybe years, learning who you are and like what you deserve. So don't hand that over just because. Do not hand that over to the first person who gives you attention because we're not desperate. You're not desperate. We are selective. And selective is powerful because the right person will rise to meet you where you are, and you don't have to shrink to meet someone where they're not. I seen this graphic one time where it was like a big old block, right? A block of, like I don't know, of something. And there was a person on the top, right? There was a person on here, and then there's a person down here, and the person down here is like, come down. And then the person up here was like, no, you come up. And it was like a dating thing, right? And so it made me start to think like, yeah, you know what? I think I'm ready for that. I'm ready for someone to see me for me and it's at the same level. I'm not saying like, it has to be like, oh, they're making the same money as me, because or things like that. I feel like it's more emotional for me, more emotionally and mindset wise. Like, you have to have goals. You have to have, a drive to want to be better every day. You have to be kind, and you have to love people. So for me, it's more of those things. I know there's people that, like, what are your financials like, and all these things, and they're important. They're very important. I think that's a lesson that I learned from my last one. But like, start thinking about that. What are your non-negotiables? Because you're not going to change your standards for somebody else, right? So listen, getting back out there is awkward. It's funny sometimes. It is uncomfortable. You might go on a date and come home and laugh at how weird it was, right? You might end up on one that surprises you in the best way possible, and you want to get to know this person, you know, more. And you might go on the third one, and that one's going to teach you exactly what you don't want. And again, all of that is valuable because it's information. Because you are not the same person you were when you started on this healing journey. You know more, you have done the work, you have sat with yourself, built yourself, and chose yourself over and over and over again, right? So when you walk into that restaurant or that coffee shop or wherever your first date is, walk in as who you are now. The healed version, the grounded version, the person who knows their worth and does not need a date to confirm it. You are not out here looking for someone to complete you. You are already complete. You are just seeing if someone is worth adding to a life that is already good and amazing. And as always, right, I give you guys a Bible verse, and this week's Bible verse is in Proverbs 4:23, and it says, "Above all else, guard your heart, because everything you do flows from it." Guarding your heart does not mean to close it. It means being intentional about who you let in. It means not handing your peace over to someone who has not earned it, okay? It means walking into every new connection from a place of wholeness and not wounds. Your heart has been through enough. Protect it, honor it, and trust that the right person will be worth opening it for. The Lord loves you so, so much, and He knows who you are. He knows exactly, who you are, and He might surprise you with your right, person forever. So, anyways, that's all I have for you for this week. If you found value in this, please share it, send it to a friend, put it on your social media. I always leave my tags on the description, but don't forget that I love you, but that the Lord loves you more. Always, 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 always. And we will see you guys next week.